Hey guys, it's your girl Ashley Kirkwood with the Speak Your Way to Cash podcast, where we teach you how to start at the top of the speaking market instead of working your way up from the bottom. During this show, you will hear solo episodes from me, where I'll show you how I have landed and negotiated 5- and 6-figure speaking contracts and licensing deals. You'll also hear from our amazing guests who have grown enormous speaking businesses by utilizing sales and marketing principles that work. If you want to grow your speaking business, listen to this podcast, and then afterwards, head on over to ashleynicolekirkwood.shop and grab my book, Speak Your Way to Cash, How to Start at the Top of the Speaking Market instead of working your way up from the bottom. Ready to dive in? Let's go. Hey, y'all. What's up to the Speak Your Way to Cash family? It's Ashley Kirkwood back again with another podcast episode. But this time, guys, I am actually going to let you listen in to a live video that I recorded. Now, if you're listening to this live video on the podcast and you're like, I want to join your next live, I want to ask you questions, I want to be able to get feedback about my business, then you have to follow me on Instagram at the Ashley Nicole Show, and make sure you're following the Speak Your Way to Cash Facebook page. All right. Make sure you're following the Speak Your Way to Cash Facebook page, because that's where I go live. I also sometimes go live in the Speak Your Way to Cash Facebook group, but enough about that. Even though you may have missed it live, you're about to hear it again. So listen into this live episode and let me know what you think. You can always send me an email to ashley@speakyourwaytocash.com. Let's listen in. Hello. All right. Hello, everyone. Come on in. All right. Ping someone else in the room. This is going to be a really good discussion. I'm so excited about it. Share it with your friends. Hit that little plus button and ping in a few people. Let them know that we are live, and we'll be getting started in just a few seconds. All right. Ping them in. Really excited to be here. So while we are waiting for you all to ping your friends in, good morning. While we're waiting for that, I want to just give you guys an announcement. We are 30 days away from all bonuses for the Speak Your Way to Cash live event expiring. We are 30 days away. Okay. So that means all bonuses will be expiring very, very, very soon. So if you are someone who's been waiting to get your ticket, before we even dive into this great content this morning, I want you to know we are 30 days away from all the event bonuses expiring. So you do not have a lot of time. So Grace, I see you here. Thank you. I know you've already gotten your ticket secured and ready to go. Excellent. I cannot wait. This month, we actually start doing our pre-event prospecting party and all of that fun stuff. So here's what we're going to be talking about today. Today, we're going to be talking a little bit about pricing and a little bit about mindset. And specifically, the topic is, are your prices too high? All right. Are your prices too high? So I got a question when I was in a Clubhouse room recently, and it was all about, are your prices too high? So that's the topic of discussion today. Before we get started, let me introduce myself. My name is Ashley Kirkwood. I'm the founder of a great law firm called Mobile General Counsel. I'm also the founder of a company called Speak Your Way to Cash. And what we do at Mobile General Counsel is protect entrepreneurs' businesses with IP strategies and licensing strategies that help them grow their revenue. And what I do at Speak Your Way to Cash is very simple. I help speakers land 5- to 6-figure corporate speaking offers and also help them increase their confidence. I'm also the author of a book called Speak Your Way to Cash, and pre-sales, other big announcement, pre-sales are live as of today, which means you can pre-order this beautiful book today. Okay. So just go to ashleynicolekirkwood.shop to do that. And the links are in their respective places. ashleynicolekirkwood.shop is where you'll buy that at. All right. Are your prices too high? Why is this the topic today? I had a discussion with someone in a Clubhouse room, as I was telling you all, and they asked, is it possible for my pricing to be too high? And it was such a good question, because we always talk about raising your prices, getting paid your rate. Note, I said rate, not worth, getting paid your rate. But so often we neglect the fact that it is possible for you to price too high. Here's what determines whether or not you're priced too high. Number one, did you do any market research before setting your pricing? Did you do any market research to just know what's out there on the market? Who have you spoken to that is in the same demographic as the people you plan to sell to? Write that down. Who have you spoken to that's in the same demographic as the people you plan to sell this to? That's a really important question to ask, because asking that question will help you to figure out whether or not your prices are too high. People are like, oh my goodness, you sell 5-figure offers and 6-figure offers, and you sell this to corporations and that to corporations. How did you set your pricing? Well, I spoke to people in the demographic that I plan to sell to. And while for the masses, it may seem like that is a high price, a $150,000 offer is a lot of money for a corporation, etc. It's not. And I know it's not because I've done the market research. Hey, Audria. So that's what I want you all to think about. Are your prices too high? Now, the first question was, can your prices be too high? The answer is yes. The answer is yes. They can be too high. That is a possibility. However, what determines that possibility is likely going to be your research, your positioning, and really your belief in what you're selling. All right. So let's dive in. Now, here's the thing. So the answer to that general question is yes, it is possible that you can price your, especially the other thing is, if no one is buying and you're consistently selling you're consistently asking a large amount of people to work with you consistently, then you may have a pricing issue. But let me break this down, because some people believe that their prices are too high and they just don't have the data to support that. Meaning they've only asked 20 people. Meaning they've only made a post on Instagram. Go back and watch my reel from today about the diversity that you need in your sales your process. If you have not asked a large amount of people to work with you consistently, you don't have the data to support that it's your price, because it may not be the price. Whenever you're selling something, there are a variety of things that can help you to lose the sale. Okay. One, maybe it could be price. More than likely, though, it's positioning. Positioning is more important than pricing every day of the week. Positioning is it's what you utilize. It's like positioning is how your consumer evaluates your offer. That's positioning. So if I come to you and say, hey, I'm going to sell you this scarf, I have positioned it as a scarf. Whatever you think scarves do is up to you. Like at this point, you have to determine what this scarf is going to do. But if I come to you and say, I would like to sell you this 100% cotton wool drape that will keep you warm and fabulous at any event. Well, now I've positioned this wool drape not just as something that keeps you warm, but also something that is stylish. So you, based on my positioning, are thinking about it differently than if I was like, I got this scarf for you. Sometimes your offer isn't selling not because of price, but because of positioning. So you sell your solution as solving one problem, and really it solves 5. Or you sell it as only solving one problem for a very, very narrow audience, when really that's not the right target. So more likely than not, people have a positioning issue and they confuse it as a pricing issue because it's easiest to just drop the price. That's an easy solution. You see what I'm saying? Like, too high, let me just drop the price. But the fact of the matter is it's likely positioning. Now, second thing I want to talk about this morning, you do not want to ever sell from a place, if you're taking notes, you do not want to ever sell from a place of 1, fear, or 2, ignorance. Let's talk about this, okay? Let's talk about this. You never want to sell from a place of 1, fear, or 2, ignorance. What does it mean to sell from a place of fear? Okay, so now we get to the book. We're going to do a little morning read, okay? A little morning read. I am about to read you all a few paragraphs, just a few, okay? Because y'all got to go pre-order this book. And if you're coming to the event, you'll get yours a month before everyone else. I'm going to read you all a little bitty segment from the book. I'm on page 34. And this is the portion of the book that talks about your beliefs. The name of the chapter, just so y'all can get a little excited about grabbing your copy, is Forming the Beliefs Needed to Pitch a 6-Figure Client. Okay, deep stuff. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to read you this little section, and then we're going to talk about what it means to sell from a place of 1, fear, and 2, ignorance, and why you have to avoid it like the plague. Ready? Drop ready in the comments if you're ready. If you're joining me on the back channel and you're ready, send me a message that says ready, okay? You can just use that little arrow pointing up to do that. And if you're on the podcast listening to this, then I know you're ready because you're listening to the podcast. Shout out to all my podcast listeners. This is page 34. For those of you who are taking notes, who's like, when I get my book, I'm going right to this page. Okay. Whatever you are paid, you can rise to the rate. Whatever you are paid, you can rise to the rate. That's a belief system that you need to have if you plan to pitch large clients. If you plan to pitch large clients, whatever you are paid, you can rise to the rate. And I'm going to stop there because a lot of people are not selling at their highest potential because they think if they sell to this audience, that is big, that has all these things going on, and they pay them a lot of money, they don't believe they can deliver for a client of that quote unquote caliber, right? I don't want you to get out your power seat. So some of you have gotten out, but some of you are like, oh, well, it's a big company. It's intimidating. What can Pepsi get from little old me? A lot. And guess what? Pepsi, Google, all of these large corporations, Nike, they hire independent creatives every day of the week to give them ideas that their employees won't give or aren't comfortable giving or don't have the expertise to give. So yes, you can give companies a lot of stuff. So the first thing, whatever you are paid, you can rise to the rate. I'm on page 34. So you're going to need to pre-order this book as soon as humanly possible. But which pre-orders did launch today, announcement. But whatever you are paid, you can rise to the rate. Here's what some of you have told yourself about your rates. I am not coming for you. Here's what some of you have told yourself about your rates. This is in the book, okay? It ain't me saying it. This is already written. I don't see other speakers charging the rates I want to charge. When you are setting your rates, you have to look up. This goes back to the idea that you can't sell to the degree at which you're comfortable buying. Let me read that sentence again. You can't sell to the degree at which you're comfortable buying. Holding on to that practice is going to lose you money. So because you won't pay $150,000 for a consultant to come in and literally transform your business, you won't pitch a $150,000 offer. You got to get rid of that. In addition to a speaking business, I founded a law firm, Mobile General Counsel. Now I'm back to reading the book for those of you that are listening. This is on page 34. I'm gonna read 34 and a little bit of 35, and I'm gonna close the book because y'all can't get everything. In addition to a speaking business, I founded a law firm, Mobile General Counsel. I built that firm through speaking engagements. I would book large conferences, stand up in front of crowds of potential clients, and direct them to my business. As I was building my business, I had to set my rates for services such as trademarking. Instead of looking up, I looked to lawyers who were charging $1,000 or $2,000 for a trademark. Big mistake, okay? That's not in the book, but I'm just telling y'all that. Everything was small. Child ain't in the book either, but y'all get me. These lawyers offered one-off services, so I took their lead, and I charged $2,000 for a trademark and hoped for the best. That wasn't working for me. I didn't mention that before starting Mobile General Counsel, I worked for a huge law firm that was charging premium prices. Talk about six figures. During my time at that firm, clients invested millions of dollars into their legal protection. I didn't consider this experience when I initially set my rates at Mobile General Counsel. I was looking at lawyers who were charging what I would pay for a trademark at the time. The lawyers who were charging $1,000 or $2,000 may not have had the type of legal experiences that I had. They weren't pitching to the type of clients that I knew I could land based on my experience and my resume. Corporations pay millions, if not more, in legal fees. But I didn't believe I should be charging more than $2,000 because I wasn't looking up to those types of high-paying lawyers. I was looking around. Look up, not around. Close the book. Okay. Now let's talk about this. When we talk about avoiding two things like the plague, what did we say? You cannot sell from a place of fear and you cannot sell from a place of ignorance. Now let's talk about what that means. Fear. Selling from a place of fear would mean I'm scared that even if I landed the contract, I wouldn't be able to deliver. That's fear. So to appease the fear, to overcome the fear, to deal with the fear, instead of learning what you need to learn to sell at the highest level, you lower the price. Let me repeat that. To appease the fear or to comfort your fears, to deal with your fears, instead of selling at the highest level and learning what you need to learn to do it well, you lower the price. You avoid the market. That's selling from a place of fear. You got to avoid that like the plague. Number two is ignorance. You do not want to sell from a place of ignorance. Now let's talk about ignorance. Ignorance, and it seems like a bad word. Like people are like, don't call anyone ignorant, but let's literally, ignorance is a thing. Like there are some, like ignorance simply means lacking knowledge or awareness in general, uneducated or unsophisticated as to a certain thing. Ignorance just means lacking knowledge or awareness in general, uneducated or unsophisticated in a particular thing. Quick question. Will you let me coach you for 3 days? Look, I know that it will be life-changing. I have seen it with my own eyes. So I want you to join me at Speak Your Way to Cash Live 2021, November 4th through the 6th. It's a hybrid event and it's our 6th one, okay? I'm not trying these strategies out on you all. I'll be teaching you what you need to land 5- and 6-figure corporate speaking contracts, grow your speaking business, sell to large and medium-sized corporations as well as colleges, and get the press that you need to start getting some of those inbound inquiries that everyone wants. We'll cover pitching. We'll cover press. We'll cover assembling your proposal and proposal writing. We'll make sure that we also cover how to deliver a rock-solid speech, develop your framework. And guess what, guys? If you've attended in the past, this year is 100% new content, same focus, all right? So I want you to join me there. And if you get a VIP ticket, you can meet me live. We will be live and in person in Chicago, Illinois. And so come on in. We have various safety protocols to keep everyone safe, but it's going to be one of the best investments you make in your life. And our reviews tell us that is a 100% truth. All right. So if you want to come, just go to speakyourwaytocash.com/event. Speakyourwaytocash.com/event, because I want to coach you for 3 days and help you to start speaking your way to cash. Talk to you soon, guys. Let's get back to this episode. So ignorance isn't a bad word. There are things in the world that I am ignorant to. Like if you were to ask me, I don't know, how do butterflies sophisticate, like how do they help the grander ecosystem? If we lost all the butterflies in America, what would happen tomorrow? I mean, I could not, with a great level of specificity, answer that question. I'm ignorant to that. Some of us are selling from a place of fear and from a place of ignorance. Now, ignorance means that you just don't know how to sell to corporate. You just don't have the information. That's different than fear. Fear is, I'm not even going to try to get the information. Like I'm terrified of it. But if you can avoid selling from a place of fear and selling from a place of ignorance, you should do it. And you should set your prices only after evaluating what's driving you to set the price. Is it fear or is it ignorance? Ignorance can be solved. That's the good news about it. Ignorance can be solved with information, okay? And the more actionable, good information you have, the more you're able to make better decisions for your business, all right? Is this making sense? So look, you guys. I just wanted to read you all that quick snip. We're going to be doing some morning reads for the next couple of weeks or so. And if you all have any questions at all, please feel free to drop them in the chat. I want you guys to understand that there is a huge market out there. And the more you learn about that market, the more you can capitalize on it, but only when you learn about it. Because again, a lot of people believe confidence comes from what you say or how you say it. Confidence comes from what you do and who you are. Whatever I do consistently, I'm going to have more confidence in. So sometimes you got to start taking some steps towards confidence. It won't just come upon you. You have to take steps towards it. You have to learn about it each and every single day. And then you'll be able to do it. And then the other thing you have to do, for those of you who are worried, like who are interested in building confidence and they want to make sure they get things right, the other thing you absolutely have to do, you have to take steps towards your goal every day. Take a step towards your goals every single day. Someone says, as you said, ignorance can be solved with information. What about fear? What about fear? How is fear solved? Action. Fear is solved with action. So let me tell you, it's not just information that's going to solve fear. It is action. And I will give you a perfect example. My daughter is 1. She learned to walk. She started walking at like 10 months old. But recently she started to go up and down stairs, like with confidence. But one time she fell down the stairs. And so every time after that time she fell, the first time, go with me on this, listen to me, this is going to bless you. After the first time she fell, now she would walk up to the stair, she would wait at the stair, and she would look at me and say, mommy, 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 or look at my husband and say, daddy, daddy, daddy. She did not want to go downstairs anymore because she'd fallen one time. And my husband and I at first would go to the stairs and pick her up and help her out. But then my husband was like, babe, we can't keep picking her up. She's got to learn to get down the stairs, even if it means she's going to fall again. So what I did instead of, picking her up is I gave her information. First step, I gave her information. I was like, okay, Christelle, look, mommy's I would get down to her level on my hands and knees, right? And I would show her a strategy she could use to get down the stairs. I'm like, if you crawl down the stair, and you do it from behind, it's not as dangerous because your feet can touch the floor first. So I'm on the ground showing her how she gets down the stairs. The first time I gave her information, all she did was watch. She's watching mommy get down the stairs. She's like, okay, but mommy, I see you get downstairs all the time. Like you're good at getting down the stairs. It's not a big deal. So then eventually, because She saw it. She wasn't convinced. Information alone is not going to move you forward. Listen to me on this. She was not convinced. After seeing me go down the stairs a few times, though, and realizing that I would not pick her up, she was like, okay, I got to figure this out. This girl figured out how to get down the stairs. Now she has developed her own strategy. She took what I did and tweaked it, and now she gets down the stairs. How does this relate to you and your business? Let me tell you, sometimes you all aren't moving forward because every time you get in trouble, you pick up the phone. Every time you get in trouble, you hire someone to fix it. Every time you get in trouble, you go and do something else. But that may not be helpful to you. Sometimes all you need is a little bit of information, but it has to be coupled with action. You have to actually do it for yourself. Another lesson that my 1-year-old daughter is going to inspire us to learn this morning. She didn't just take the information I gave her and do it exactly like I did it. She took the information I gave her, did a hack, and did it herself. A little bit differently, but it worked for her. It didn't look exactly like how I wanted to do it, but it worked for her. She took the information and then she capitalized on it. She tweaked it to fit her situation, her height, her weight, her body, and did what she needed to do to get down the stairs. Now she is not scared when she approaches the stairs. Most of you are dealing with fear around things because you won't do anything. You gather a little bit of information, which is step 1 to overcome fear, but it must be coupled with you taking action. And guess what? You got to take that action, even if it's not exactly like the information that was given to you. Tweak it to work for you, but move nonetheless. When people say one, I am someone that definitely has had fears, for sure. Like fears of being, ridiculed, fears of looking dumb, fears of not doing the right thing. I share a story in the book that's really funny. You're gonna have to read it about my corporate presentation that I totally bombed. I was petrified with like embarrassment and fear and all that stuff. So like I've dealt with fear, but what I have learned over time is anything that I'm afraid of that I walk towards a little bit, I can conquer. And if you don't believe that yet, it's just because you haven't tried, right? So you want to try, okay? Try. So that's a great question. That's how you're going to overcome it. And then you need to act. Take action. What would you do today if it would all work out? If you knew it would all work out, what actions would you be taking today? If you knew it would all work out, what actions would be taken today? Okay, first action probably would be you would attend Speak Your Way to Cash Live. If you knew that there was a 6-figure contract with your name on it and all you needed to do was overcome fear and overcome ignorance to get the contract, learn the information, learn the strategies, then you would be able to do that. I have been able to conquer fears by taking action and getting good information. Period. Like that is the formula. All right. So this is the last month for you all to get the welcome box, the book, the printed workbook. All of the bonuses that come with Speak Your Way to Cash Live expire in literally 30 days. How many days does September have in it? It expires in 30 days. Into September, they all disappear. And this particular event, for those of you who don't know, in November 4th through the 6th, I am hosting Speak Your Way to Cash Live. It is the #1 event for speakers on the planet. And I'm holding in my hands right now the Speak Your Way to Cash workbook that everyone is going to get, in addition to the Speak Your Way to Cash book. And we just got in our beautiful soft cover copies of the Speak Your Way to Cash book. So we're going to give you so much good, actionable information, and we're going to challenge you to take actions that you may not have taken before. We're launching the program with a Dreamer's Den, which is our proprietary session where we're going to literally show you how to dream about your business and what you need to do. Then we're going to go into mastering the corporate landscape. This is where we break down all that misinformation about corporate and actually tell you what does the corporate landscape look like and where within it should you be playing based on the landscape. You got to know the landscape if you're going to play the game. 4, we're going to talk about building your framework and positioning your solution for profit. Okay, that's really important because what I said earlier is positioning is often more important than pricing. Then we're going to talk about, we have a session called Pricing Pathology. Pathology is typically used in science. It's the study of how things, the cause and effect of things. We're going to study the cause and effect of your pricing. So that session is brand new, never been done before. All of these sessions are. It's going to be crazy. Then we have a session developing a hot list of future clients. You're going to leave knowing how to develop a hot list, how to develop the list of people you should be selling to. Then we have a session assembling your six-figure package, pitching to corporations with ease. Oh, and then the language lab. Oh my God, y'all. The language lab is where I will actually be giving you, I'm looking at the workbook now. In the workbook, when you get your workbook in the mail, you will actually get, I'm gonna cover it up. You will actually get a workbook that has language sentences that you will use on sales calls to overcome pricing objections, value objections, and timing objections. It's going to, right? Grace is like, I don't know what people are waiting for. Seriously, where is there an event like this? Nowhere. So you're going to get all of this in the workbook. So not just the workbook, but also the actual book, which I already read you a snippet from. So here's what you all should do. Action item number 1, go to the link in my Instagram bio and get your Speak Your Way to Cash live tickets. Or if you're listening to this, go to speakyourwaytocash.com/event and secure your Speak Your Way to Cash live tickets today. It is the last month to get all the bonuses expire at the end of this month. You won't get a welcome box. You won't get, I mean, and I project that we may cut off ticket sales if they don't already sell out on their own before that. So literally, this is it, right? You've been waiting, you've been looking, you've been peeking, you've been joining lives, you've been listening on Clubhouse. You're like, I want to sell to corporate, but I don't know if I can do it. Action item 1, get your ticket. The reason this is an action item is not just because I want you to attend the event. When you press, what does the button say on my website for Speak Your Way to Cash Live? Let me see. When you press that button on my website to buy your ticket, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen because it's about more than buying the ticket. When you go to my website and you click attend Speak Your Way to Cash Live, you click a button and it says secure your seat now. You get options for how you need to pay. Get in how you live. We got payment plans and all of that. Do what you got to do. But when you get your ticket and you press register now, right? And you put in all your information to register and you press submit. What is happening is you're telling yourself, your bank account, your friends and your family and the universe and God that you are serious about landing these contracts. Because once you make an investment in learning certain information, that is the first step. What did we say? Information. Second step is what? Action. When you buy your ticket, you're doing the first step. Okay. You're on your way to conquering your fears. When we get to the event, it's about that action. You know what I'm saying? So you definitely want to make sure you get your ticket today. Action item 2 for everyone else. Because some of you all are like, I'm coming to the event, but I still want to support. What else can I do? I want to make sure when the book launches, I want to be the first person with my stuff in the mail. You want to go to ashleynicolekirkwood.shop and pre-order Speak Your Way to Cash. Okay. ashleynicolekirkwood.shop, pre-order Speak Your Way to Cash. You could pre-order Speak Your Way to Cash and get your ticket at that link actually. So that's what you want to do. Action item 3. I want you to ask one person. Everybody can do this. Keep your credit card in your pocket. One thing that you're going to do today that will help your future. Ask one person to do business with you today. One person. Ask one person to do business with you today. One person. Look at my Instagram reel that I did today. You have to be, if I can't do anything else, when I'm feeling down, when I'm feeling drained, when I'm feeling sad about whatever, I'm like, okay, it's a lot going on in the world. If sales aren't looking like they're supposed to look, I'm like, okay, Ashley, who did I ask to do business with me today? If nothing else, before I go to bed, I have a name. I have someone that I have asked to do business with me today. So I will leave you guys with that. Go to speakyourwaytocash.com/event. You're going to get all these amazing things in the box. You're going to get your workbook. You're going to get your welcome card. You're going to get this beautiful, look at this beautiful Speak Your Way to Cash journal, a copy of the book, Speak Your Way to Cash, which is like beyond. You're going to get information from our sponsors, Uncloned Marketing, who has you're going to save hundreds of dollars on services that I've used to make money because I went and asked our sponsors to do that for you guys. You know what I'm saying? So our sponsors have decided to support your growth by giving you access to their materials, their tech tools, their programs, like Publishing Like a Pro, which is what the program I took before I published this beautiful journal. Some of y'all are like, how'd you publish the journal? How does your stuff look so good? Can you give me the vendor? No, you have to go to Publishing Like a Pro. You have to go buy the course, Publishing Like a Pro. So we have resources for you to get those things at a slight discount because you're in the Speak Your Way to Cash family. All that to say, all these beautiful bonuses that we have that are going to be shipped right to your door expire. Okay. And they expire at the end of this month. You have less than 30 days to get your ticket and decide that you're going to invest in the information and take action. Okay. That's what you're doing when you commit to coming to Speak Your Way to Cash Live. When you commit to coming, when you commit to showing up, when you commit to giving me 3 days so I can change your life forever, that's what you're doing. All right. So I want to see all of you there. Thank you so much for joining me. Feel free to DM me if you have any questions about the event or anything else that we have going on. And if you are a therapist or a DEI consultant, click the link in my Instagram bio. There is a workshop coming up just for you all if you're a therapist or a DEI consultant who wants to start speaking your way to cash. So there's something for you guys in my Instagram link. So make sure you all take action on that. But yes, go to speakyourwaytocash.com/event. And I will see you guys in November. For those of you who already bought your tickets, from those of you who are buying your tickets now on the website, welcome. We're going to have a good time. All right. See you guys later. All right. Wasn't that interview amazing? If you're anything like me, you have pages full of notes. But here's the thing. Before you head out, I want you to go to facebook.com and join the Speak Your Way to Cash Facebook group. That is where I am. That's where a ton of other speakers are, a ton of other people who listen to the show. We all congregate there and chat. And it's 100% free. Now, if you're ready to take your speaking career to the next level, I have 2 ways for you to do that. One, you can go to ashleynicolekirkwood.com/SYWTC live replay and pick up the live replay. That training is 7 modules, chock full of information. It's crazy. Go over there, read all about it. Or if you want a more personal experience, you already know that you want to be a speaker, you're ready to fully commit, and you want someone to walk you through it and save you tons of time Googling and doing it on your own, then book a VIP day with me. You can go to ashleynicolekirkwood.com, scroll down until you see the VIP day section, and get more information on that there. All right. Thank you guys again for watching. Please do not forget to leave us a review. That is how we keep this train rolling and get some of the best speakers in the world to get on this show. So please, please, please leave a review. Shoot me a message on Facebook or Instagram, and Facebook in the Speak Your Way to Cash group, Instagram at the Ashley Nicole Show. And I'd be more than happy to chat with you and say hi. All right, y'all have an awesome, awesome day.